Hello friends, today we have brought for you the story of the Oppenheimer film. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and don't forget to share your views in the comments. This is Julius Robert Oppenheimer, a significant name in history and science, as he was the director of the Manhattan Project during World War II, also known as the father of the atomic bomb. Today, this physicist is facing accusations in the courtroom from his seniors. Lewis Strauss, the commissioner of the United States Atomic Energy Commission, accuses Oppenheimer of being a threat to American security. Strauss doesn't trust Oppenheimer and suspects that he might be a Russian spy, which is why he could pose a Soviet threat. While Strauss believes that just like his opponents, Oppenheimer should focus on developing the hydrogen bomb to enhance national security, Oppenheimer believes that the atomic bomb they've already created is a better option for the country. He doesn't want to pursue the development of the hydrogen bomb. The committee is discussing whether Oppenheimer should still be kept within the EC and questioning him without any prejudice, leading to his responses being featured in a flashback. In the flashback, Oppenheimer, at the age of 22 in 1926, is studying for his doctorate at the Cavendish Laboratory under experimental physicist Patrick Blackett at Cambridge. Oppenheimer is experiencing homesickness and anxiety, often making mistakes due to pressure from Blackett. He drops numerous chemical bottles during lab work, leading to reprimands. Despite his mishaps, he's enthralled by Niels Bohr's lectures on atomic energy, sparking questions in his mind about the subject. He confronts Bohr with his questions and leaves an apple poisoned with arsenic on Bohr's desk in frustration. The next day, visiting scientist Niels Bohr arrives. Influenced by Oppenheimer's intellect, Oppenheimer manages to subtly remove the apple from Bohr's hands. Niels Bohr advises Oppenheimer to pursue his postgraduate study of theoretical physics in Germany, which Oppenheimer follows through. He completes his PhD there and then begins teaching at the University of California, Berkeley, and the California Institute of Technology, alongside Ernest Lawrence, who would later work with him on the Manhattan Project. During this time, Oppenheimer's interest in politics grows. He engages in political discussions during his physics classes and joins a political party where he meets Jean Tetlock, a writer and reporter for the party's publications. They are deeply impressed with each other's political views and engage in an intimate relationship. Oppenheimer quotes a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I become death, the destroyer of the world," when asked about Jean's influence on his life. Inspired by Nazi Germany's discovery of atomic fission in 1938, Oppenheimer becomes more excited about his research. He explores the idea of nuclear fusion to create an atom bomb. His extensive research and theories in physics make him a renowned scientist, leading to a busy schedule. Their relationship with Jean is deteriorating. On the other hand, Oppenheimer is spending time with Catherine, Kitty, and he has started to feel good spending time with her. Because of this, he is making plans to marry her and is discussing leaving Jean for good. However, Catherine has been through 3 marriages before, none of which lasted. Meanwhile, World War II is raging in the world. As a result, Oppenheimer is getting involved in politics again, which Ernest is trying to calm down. After that, Oppenheimer has become so serious about his work that he doesn't go home for years. This is causing strain on his relationship with his wife and children, and because of this, Catherine also tries to forget her pain of staying away from Oppenheimer by indulging in alcohol. Due to this, Oppenheimer's friends are taking care of his children and family. At the university, they are meeting with Leslie Richard Groves Jr., who is from the US Army, and he is discussing secret information about Russia's atom bomb and asking Oppenheimer if he doesn't have communist sympathies, he should create an atom bomb for the US so that they can also become a superpower and show the world. At the same time, they are expressing that they have no connection to communism with Oppenheimer and are accepting his Manhattan Project. Oppenheimer, who is Jewish and inspired by the Nazis, is running his nuclear weapon program under the leadership of Heisenberg. He has assembled a team of well-known scientists like Edward Teller, Isidor Isaac Rabi, Enrico Fermi, and David E. Hill for this purpose. Oppenheimer is discussing Edward Teller's atom fusion theory and his hydrogen bomb theory with Albert Einstein, in which he is saying that atomic detonation could trigger atmospheric chain reactions that could destroy the entire world. Despite this, he is giving more importance to the atom bomb, even though he is pushing for hydrogen bombs through Edward Teller in his research. In the midst of this, there is also mention of a meeting with Strauss in the courtroom on present day, who wants Oppenheimer to hurry up because Russia might develop an atom bomb before them. However, due to the time required and the avoidance of using Oppenheimer's hydrogen fusion, Strauss suspects Oppenheimer's communist leanings and his reluctance to create that bomb. This suspicion is so strong that he has put FBI agents on his tail. From where they have learned about Gene, and in the present day, in front of Catherine in the courtroom, discussions about Gene's communist affiliation and his connection to Oppenheimer are coming to light. In this, they are defending themselves by saying that even after marrying Gene, their on and off relationship continued, but it was personal, and they never shared any information related to their nuclear program with them. Because Gene is a strong communist, allegations are also being made against Oppenheimer. However, it is also coming to light that Gene is under mental stress, and this might be the last time she wanted to meet Oppenheimer, but due to her own work and not being able to meet him, she committed suicide. Distraught by her death, Oppenheimer manages to regain his composure and focuses on his work again. In his team meeting, he is concerned about the danger posed by the strong support for the hydrogen bomb from Strauss and all team members. This concern leads to a debate with Strauss. Following this, Oppenheimer begins the initial testing of his bomb. The question of where to use the bomb is being discussed in the US official's office. When some project scientists question the release of the bomb, Oppenheimer suggests that its use could quickly end the ongoing war in the Pacific, which could aid the Allies. However, President Harry S. Truman believes that if Japan needs to surrender, the bomb should be dropped on Japan itself. After some time, when his Trinity test is successful, Oppenheimer is repeating the same phrase from the Bhagavad Gita that he had shared with Gene: "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." His fame spreads worldwide, as he is recognized as the father of the atomic bomb. He is featured in newspapers, invited to colleges for lectures, and receives awards. Everyone, including the president, praises him. However, due to President Truman's orders, bombings are carried out on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The impact of the bombs created by Oppenheimer results in the loss of lives and destruction of homes and lives in Japan. Seeing the devastating effects, Oppenheimer is deeply disturbed. He sees himself responsible for the deaths of so many people, and this guilt affects his mental health. As a result, he no longer wants to work on the hydrogen bomb project, even when the president insists. Oppenheimer argues that he feels responsible for the lives lost, but the president counters that the blame is on him for ordering the bombings in Japan. Despite Oppenheimer's warnings, the president is determined to proceed with the hydrogen bomb project and dismisses Oppenheimer's concerns. As an advisor to the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission, Oppenheimer is withholding his approval for Edward Teller's nuclear research on creating a hydrogen bomb. Amidst the tensions of the Cold War with the Soviet Union, Oppenheimer's statements become a controversial issue. Oppenheimer publicly humiliates Strauss for his concerns about exporting radioisotopes. Strauss is also angry with Oppenheimer for suggesting arms talks with Russia. This contributes to Strauss' resentment, leading him to collaborate with the FBI to build a case against Oppenheimer, portraying him as a Russian spy, communist, and someone unfit for national service. Strauss, with the cabinet's support, votes to strip Oppenheimer of his security clearance. As a result, Oppenheimer loses his privileges and is devastated. Albert Einstein also stands by his side during this difficult time. Years later, Oppenheimer admits that he knew that the hydrogen bomb would bring devastation to the world and tried to stop it, but this led to his case being built against him, resulting in his dismissal from the EC. Strauss uses this situation to manipulate Oppenheimer for his own benefit, then discards him when he's of no use, affecting Strauss' own political career. The film ends with a scene between Einstein and Oppenheimer,